Hello, dear railway friends. I cordially welcome you to your annual Film 2018 Part 1. As you can see in this contribution, spring has already reached our country, but in the Ore Mountains it is still severe winter. And I stand in front of a 6K loco with its Christmas-like decoration. I feel a little cold, but in spite of it, I'm proud to be able to announce a magnificent year. This is because 2018 is a very special year for RhB. They will now celebrate their 50th birthday, and we, of course, will all celebrate with them. The first highlight, however, was already in January. They presented an electric locomotive of the RhB Bahn in Langquart, which was decorated in order to celebrate this jubilee. At the same time, a model of it was presented. The place of the action was the main workshop of the RhB Bahn in Langquart. This is where the main part of the vehicles of the railway company in the Grisons is maintained. As a painting shop is also part of the installation, it is just the right thing to implement certain jobs right here. And that was what they also did in this particular case. The locomotive GE 442617 was selected to carry the message 50 years of RhB through the Swiss canton of the Grisons during the Jubilee year. Initially, the loco received a new coat of paint. The first thing is the graphic artist's job, where the entire design is created. We then receive the appropriate data, which will be used for digital painting. The foil is coated with a protective coat, which protects from scratches and UV light, and then it is glued together. Hot air usually helps at difficult spots. It makes the foil elastic. This foil consists of a special material. The foil we see here is called carrot foil. It is especially suited for curves because it can be put around edges. Another advantage is the fact that it can easily be removed because it is fitted with these air channels. As the loco was christened to bear the name of Ilans, which is a community in the river Rhine Valley in the Grisons, the according emblem was attached to it. When watching the two RhB members of staff during their work, we get the impression that they never did anything else.
Das ist eigentlich bei uns alles so learning by doing passiert.
With us, it is also learning by doing. We work step by step.
Am Anfang hat man das eigentlich nicht gemacht.
I've now been working here for 28 years. At the beginning, we didn't do it like this. We only sprayed goods wagons. The foils came later, one thing after the other. The RhB Bahn has indeed created a large number of remarkable Jubilee and advertising locomotives in the past years. Almost all of them were decorated here in Langquart. So the workers were able to gain a lot of experience. They simply know exactly what to do.
Wichtig ist, dass wir am Anfang immer alle Bahnen.
It is very important to let all lengths hang in dry condition, so they must not be glued straight away. We simply put them on provisionally, in order to see if they have been placed according to the plan. And then we make a check.
Hängen und schauen, wie sieht es aus.
The entire length are then put on one side, and then we check again to see what it looks like. Then we use a protractor to check the angle of the first length. In theory, everything should then fit properly, provided we have worked carefully. Layer after layer is attached in a relaxed atmosphere. There are 9 foil sections per side. The project for this Jubilee locomotive began early in 2017 with Märklin, and the concept is as follows. The graphic design was to create a connection to the former Jubilee locos of the RhB, such as the 100 years of Bernina line in 2010. 4 of these locos are included in the graphic design of the RhB Jubilee locomotive. The coloring of the mountain scenery was a special challenge. The special red of the RhB brand had to be taken into consideration, and so the lovely idea of the Alpenglow came into being. The appearance of the RhB Jubilee locomotive was one of the best-kept secrets until the 12th of January 2018. This was the day when the loco was to be presented in the course of the preluding celebrations of the Jubilee year. Taking part was the crocodile. That was how it all began 40 years ago. It was the first RhB model made by RhB. So now the current model, Novelty G45, is perfectly fitting the program. Now the tension is gradually rising. They all wait for the moment when the doors of the shed are opened. And there it comes to daylight, the RhB Jubilee locomotive. Wolfrat Bächle, CEO of Märklin, made the opening speech.
Ja, meine Damen, meine Herren.
Ladies and gentlemen, after many hours of work and a number of drafts in close cooperation with the Rheinische Bahn, we have mutually created the RhB Jubilee model locomotive for the 50th anniversary. The model is ready, but here you can see the original locomotive. It may well be admired, and for at least 1 year it will be operated on the beautiful lines of the Rheinische Bahn. But not only the members of the Märklin company are very content. With the RhB too, they know very well what can be achieved with such a cooperation. Mr. Fasciati, we wish to pay a compliment for all your support for us during all our work and also for the preparations. I really have to say that I'm most delighted indeed, and that applies to this presentation in front of this scenery as well. This is extremely important to us. It is a lovely message for our company. If you imagine how many gardens, flats and houses there are where these trains will later run around and where they will delight children, parents and grandparents, then these persons will certainly be the same ones who will become enthusiastic when they see the original loco.
Meine Damen, meine Herren, Sie sehen, das ist Eisenbahnspiel.
Gentlemen, as you can see, it is pure playing, but this time not with toys, but with big locos. This, of course, is great fun for model railway friends. They take photos of this nice model. This is also a highlight in respect to the cooperation of RhB and the Rheinische Bahn. But, dear guests, you can also be sure that they will make further nice models to be put on your rails, and this is in the true sense of the Friends of the Rheinische Bahn and the RhB Garden Railway scene.
Der RhB und der RhB Gartenbahnszene.
Let us take a sip of white wine from the Grisons, but the RhB model will not be the only one. BEMO will also make one in HOM scale.
Im Bereich der Produktion gibt es eine Zusammenarbeit.
In the manufacturing field, there is a cooperation with Märklin. This means that preparations are made in the BEMO company. The digital printing of the Jubilee model is then in the Märklin company with the most modern machines. But there's more cooperation with the Märklin company. We may, for example, also use parts of their galvanic workshop. This is where our wheels are coated in black nickel. But we also support Märklin as a compensation. We, for example, provide printing templates, especially of the Rheinische Bahn, because we have quite a few of these in stock, so we can change them if necessary. A commendable cooperation, something that is very desirable. This should set an example indeed. During the International Toy Fair in Nuremberg, the model of the RhB Jubilee Loco was an eye-catcher. It could be inspected by the expert visitors at the Märklin store. It is equipped with an MFX DCC decoder with a large number of sound and lighting functions.
50 Jahre RhB. Ich bin's selber zwischenzeitlich ein Stück weit.
50 years of RhB. In the meantime, I've also become a close friend of RhB. Here you see the right model, and I'm delighted to read remarks on the internet where they say that it is the nicest advertising locomotive the Rhätische Bahn has ever employed. And so film and photo enthusiasts are often seen lying in wait for this wonderful locomotive on the sides of the RhB lines. In its impressive livery, it tells us about the successful and extremely harmonic cooperation between RhB and RhB. Let us wish the Jubilee Loco and the RhB always good journeys on all their lines.